We are often told that some people are made to be devil hunters and others are not. Starting with Kishibe, referring to Himeno's old partners, then moving on to Himeno herself seeing Aki as someone who shouldn't continue down the path of a devil hunter, and then we loop back around to Quanch telling Kishibe he should retire. I've been thinking a lot recently about what does it mean to be a devil hunter, a true one who exemplifies the meaning of devil hunter. It has to be more than just power, or there are many who would fit the bill. Why is Denji suited to be a devil hunter above all others? What makes him perfectly suited for it in Kishibe's mind? That is what I am going to try and answer in today's video, all about devil hunter. So first let's determine what we mean by a devil hunter, as anyone can fight a devil but they wouldn't be considered a hunter by anyone with a brain, so that leaves us with two possibilities. A devil hunter is someone who is in the profession of hunting down devils for money or some other reward, and the other is that people with a certain aptitude, even if they aren't employed as such, are devil hunters by nature of who they are. Honestly, I think that's where the difference between Aki and Denji comes into play. Aki is employed as a devil hunter, but Denji is just a devil hunter by virtue of his being. That doesn't mean that Denji is somehow a special chosen one, rather he is someone who is broken enough to actually deal with the devil's absurdist, inhuman nature without being crushed because he himself is already broken. We know that devil hunters, both professional and natural, make pacts with devils to hunt down others of their kind, forming agreements. Usually this is done with the assistance of the government which they work for, giving them the chance to make pacts with devils they have previously captured, to further capture or dispose of more devils. Of course there are cases where a person makes a pact with a devil without being a part of the government, see Denji for an example, but once these individuals are found out, they are often forced either to join up with the system or break their contract. It seems like normal people aren't allowed to make pacts with devils, at the very least it's discouraged from the way we see people interact with various devil hunters, who despite their job being to protect people from devils, being looked at rather coldly due to the closeness they have with devils. We also know that, at the very least government-funded devil hunters are divided up into groups, possible to allow them to form specialized teams, making use of complementary abilities of the devils that make up a certain group, allowing them to tackle much more powerful foes. But that's just a theory on my part, as we don't know the exact reason behind the way the devil hunter organization is set up, only that it is that way, possible to prevent one large group from forming to overthrow the government, although that seems rather foolish given context of whom is actually in charge of the organization during the events of Chainsaw Man. But either way, the way in which devil hunters are set up into groups, and the whole idea of the buddies system, is interesting but lacks a bit of fleshing out. Why are certain people put with certain other people? For instance, why was Aki partnered with Himeno? Denji and Power makes a bit more sense, but even then, it seems absurdly risky putting a hybrid and a fiend together, especially when neither has any great loyalty to the system at first. Perhaps Makima figured that if anything went wrong, and Denji actually decided to go rogue, she could deal with him. But anyway, getting off topic, I'm here to determine what the difference between the true devil hunters and the professional ones are, since they both work within the same system, at least to a degree that can't be it. So instead, let us focus on the three people who are considered to be suited for devil hunting, those being Kishibe, Quanch, and Denji, three characters who are all vastly different from one another, but also hold the not-so-esteemed title of true devil hunters. What makes these three so special? The answer should be obvious: it's their mental state. Kishibe spells it out to us, that people who are sane aren't fit to be devil hunters, rather you need to at least be slightly mad to truly deal with the idea of being a proper devil hunter. But there is many different forms of insanity, so what type of insanity do these three share that makes them different from, say, Katana Man, who literally gave away his humanity for revenge, or just about anyone who signed up with the Devil Hunter organization, thinking that they would be some sort of hero or something like that? That's insane, but obviously not the right kind of insane. The insane which I feel Kishibe is referring to is the type of insanity that allows you to continue to smile, to push forwards and be happy even when you're surrounded by so much despair and dread. As for all the bad things that happen around them, I would never consider Kishibe to be a person who is grieving, or ready to give in to despair. Denji is able to quickly recover from having his whole world crushed. Even if he had a momentary stint where he had given up, once given purpose he was quickly able to move forwards without restraint. Quanch is someone who allowed herself to find happiness even as an abject killer, and when facing off against her old partner, she didn't seem sad. The insanity of a true devil hunter is their happiness in being a devil hunter, their ability to continue to prosper and live fulfilling lives, even when they know too much. Quanch herself, despite saying how ignorance is bliss, is someone who continues to delve into things that would drive many others away. She embraces the love of fiends, someone which in of itself would probably repel most people who don't have at least a drop of insanity, given that fiends are just devils piloting a human or potentially other species corpse, which is a bit sickly when you think about it. She also continues to partake in a system which actively seeks to harm those she loves, because she doesn't know what else to do with herself. She is a devil hunter to the core of her being and wouldn't feel satisfied doing anything else. The idea of her settling down, having a peaceful family life, I doubt the idea ever crossed her mind given the fact that she's the first devil hunter. So there, we've determined the difference between a true devil hunter and one who is just a devil hunter by profession. It's the fact that one finds joy in being a devil hunter while one does it simple for the paycheck. That's it, all wrapped up nicely, right? Or have we? Is the ability to keep moving forwards, to find glee even while soaked in their comrades' blood, the only thing that makes someone a true devil hunter? Well, if the video length is anything to go by, then no, we haven't. For as much as this seems to be the sort of thing which Kishibe values in considering someone suitable to be a devil hunter, that isn't the only thing that marks these three as being different from the people around them. They have a knack for survival. The fact that Kishibe and Quanch have lived as long as they have should tell you that much, but in the case of Denji, someone who lived with a hereditary illness, under the thumb of the mafia and was starving most of the time, he did remarkable well to get as far as he did, because he was just too insane to stop and give up. Where someone else might just have laid down and died, rather than force themselves to keep going, day after day through all the pain and suffering, he kept pushing himself, for the sake of being able to go to sleep at night and dream of a better life. Survival, against all odds, also makes someone a true devil hunter. When someone just refuses to give up on life even when it will bring untold misery, that's a true devil hunter in my eyes. On top of this, the three of them also follow an impossible ideal. Knowingly or not, they are chasing something that could never be, and they put all their effort into that something despite any normal person recognizing it as impossible. Kishibe continues to love Quanch, even after everything that's happened between them and the recognition that she was only interested in women. Quanch follows the ideals that one day her girls might be accepted, despite that being something that could never happen in a world like Chainsaw Man and Denji. Oh, Denji, he is just a mix and match mess of impossible ideals. From living a normal life to bringing power back to the way she was, it's all impossible. Being a true devil hunter, perhaps as much as anything else, means that you must have something that to chase that you can never actually attain, even if you try your hardest but are too insane to stop trying. A willful ignorance of the truth seems to be the common thread there. Even Quanch herself stating that ignorance is bliss makes more sense in that context. Perhaps I was being a bit too simplistic when I said that Kishibe only valued someone's ability to keep a positive outlook on life as being a true devil hunter. Rather, it seems it's much more complex than that. Rather, what Kishibe was probably more in line with a mix of all the things I've mentioned in this video thus far. We won't know for sure until part 2 finally comes out and I can finally get my shot of Chainsaw Man goodness. But regardless, I've been the Anonymous Weeb. If you enjoyed whatever this video was, then feel free to leave a like, maybe subscribe and ring the notification bell, so that you can keep up to date when I post a new video. I'd also love to hear your own thoughts. What do you think separates a true devil hunter from one who does it as a profession? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all later.